is there a stigma associated with children's mental health? Much of my childhood experience was chaotic, and at times it was traumatizing. After my parents divorced, my mother turned to drugs and alcohol to cope with the loneliness. Being the only child, I had to feed and bathe myself, as well as tuck myself in at night. I oftentimes went hungry because the fridge and the pantry would be empty. During school, I was unable to concentrate, and I got out of my seat so often that the teacher had to physically duct tape me to the desk. I often cried during class time, and it felt sometimes as though I couldn't stop. I was unable to make sense of the anger, sadness, and helplessness I felt every day. After years of custody battles, my father obtained full custody and rescued me from the life of despair. During my transition into a teenager, I experimented with alcohol and marijuana to curb the hormonal ups and downs of emotions. I developed oppositional defiant disorder, anxiety, and depression. At the time, I coped with my anger and sadness by rebelling and defying my father, teachers, and adults. I was headed down a dark path that could have ultimately destroyed my life. Finally, my father convinced me to see a therapist. In those sessions, the therapist acted as a guide to explore better ways to express my emotions and ways to appropriately react to them. I began to do better in school. I developed a greater appreciation for the rules and completely stopped using drugs and alcohol. My path from the first therapy session to now has led me to a bachelor's degree and an anticipated master's degree in psychology. I will soon obtain my licensure as a therapist, and I plan to dedicate my efforts working with children suffering from mental illness. My experience with childhood mental illness inspires and drives my passion for helping all young people achieve a positive quality of life. Some of the things I learned along my path are that many times we feel ashamed and guilty that our children need mental health guidance. However, the best way we can be good parents is to help them through tough times. If we don't pay attention to our children's needs, they may not have the opportunity to become healthy contributors to our communities. In fact, research has shown that even very young children react to the way they are treated. When treated poorly, they suffer. They don't just grow out of it. Be a hero of hope. Inspire positive mental health in the life of a child.